guys, Dr. Traeger here. We just finished up with our 9-year-old checkup, and if you're like most folks, when you get to 9, you start to go, oh my goodness, I almost have a 10-year-old, and it's amazing how the time has flown, and it can be really, really kind of frightening. So you're not alone in that. We went through it as well with my kids that have gone through that age, and it's okay. We'll get there, and you're entering in a lot of fun age, which is coming up very, very soon. Lots of really cool stuff that are going on. So remember, share this video with folks that were not able to make it to the appointment with you, and the purpose is that way we can hit some of the things in the video that we didn't get a chance to talk about in front of our kids today. Okay, so at 9, the development of the social relationships and things like that is really huge. Okay, they should have, social and emotional competence. They should be able to be in a situation and talk to strangers and with like you there and stuff like that. They should be able to go in a new situation and be with other kids and kind of feel like they're comfortable at this age, and make friends. And what's kind of cool is that making friends is a big skill that they have to learn. Okay, they have to learn how to be approachable and approach somebody and find common interests. But starting at 9, kids will start to do that, and be able to do that a little bit, which is really fun to kind of watch. At 9, we should be having some good healthy nutrition. They should want to eat generally, what things that make them feel good, and they should realize, yeah, this is healthy, this isn't, and generally they should try and eat, healthy like the rest of the family should be. They should be getting some self-confidence. They should feel good about what they're doing in school. They should be good about their friends and sports and things like that. So you can ask them, you can say, hey, you know what, you really seem to enjoy soccer. What do you think about it? And they'll tell you, oh man, I love it. I love practice. And they should be able to talk to you about those things. Those are kind of a big deal. And then the other thing is like online safety. We should be, again, continuing to watch and monitor those things. Social media, no, let's stay away from that stuff for a little bit longer, and kind of go from there. So from these things, the social stuff really is interesting because they're growing up, they're getting older, they're developing some of these things. And where those things have been coming from, hopefully relate to your family values. This is a really cool age to be able to ask them and say, so I know we do this, why do we do this? And they'll hopefully be able to answer you. They probably won't, but you can say, well, the reason why we do this is because it's important to our family. Why do we spend so much time with grandma and grandpa? Well, because, we want to honor them, and we love our community of family and being together, and they're our support group. Tell me about your friends, the people that live down the street, the kids that you play with. Why is their relationship important to us? Because they're part of our community, and they build into us. If you don't have those kinds of relationships, maybe start exploring some of those, because that's a really big deal at this age. Ask them, what are the things in our family that we value? Do we value honesty? Do we value hard work? Do we value being good at sports? No? How about this? Do we value working hard at sports and trying to get better all the time? Sure, nothing wrong with that. Do we value being smart? No, we don't value your intelligence. Instead, we value how hard you work at school and how much improvement you've had. Those are the kinds of things that we're looking at. And if they tell you, they say, oh yeah, what are you talking about? We value this, and the money and all this. And like, whoa, slow down there, cowboy. We need to kind of reposition those a little bit. So just have those discussions. It's a lot of fun at this age. Okay, and then the other big thing that's happening at 9 is puberty changes. Okay, most kids are starting to notice some of those things. Especially girls, they do seem to go through puberty faster than those that are boys. And so you will start noticing some changes, body hair, odor, things like that, body odor, stuff like that. Those are normal things. Most girls, okay, are going to start having their periods, 11, 12, 13, but it can be as young as 8 or 9. And if it did happen at this age, you really should have talked to us about it. We want to talk to you about that. Boys, it's funny, a lot of them go into 6th grade and they are still boys, and they come out of 8th grade and they're like, whoa, you've got a mustache, okay? And that's a really common thing that we see where that happens. But around this age, you should start noticing some of those changes, and if you're not, it's no big deal. The later you go through puberty, the better off we think it's going to be. So we don't want to rush things, but you can't control it. But just watch us out, and if you watch out, and if you notice things are happening too quick that you think, don't let us know. We definitely want to talk about it. But ask them about it. Say, so how do you feel about this? Your body's changing. What do you think about your body? Try and get an assessment of their body image, okay? If they're telling you, man, I feel like I'm fat, or I feel like I'm too thin, or I'm too not muscly enough, or something like that, let's start working on some healthy body image and let us know, and we can talk about those things more. You can bring them into the office and we can talk about that. We can talk about your growth chart. There are other videos that we have done that talk about body mass index and obesity and things like that, and take a look at those. They're sprinkled throughout all these other visits that we've had. But at this age, it's kind of a big deal. The eating thing is usually going better. They're eating more nutritiously at this point, but they also had the tendency to be able to plow through an entire bag of Doritos at this age too. So you're going to have to put some brakes on things, especially as we get older. We really don't want to get in the habit of saying, oh, they're a growing kid or they're going through puberty and that's why they can eat like garbage. No, let's try and eat healthy. Let's just try and work on those things. Okay, so the next time that we see you guys is when we're 10, and at 10 there are some vaccines. Okay, so the 10-year-old video has more discussion on what the vaccines are, but just be prepared. You know, they get some vaccines at 10, some vaccines at 11, and we'll go from there. All right, so let me know if you have any questions about anything, and we will see you guys next year at 11. Reminder, when you come in for your 11-year-old appointment, you must be 11. So you have to be at least 11 in a day or something like that. If you come in the day before you turn 11, then we can't do your 11-year-old checkup because of the timing of some of the vaccines. All right, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.